Earlier this week, we learned horrendous new details about the final moments of the 4 Idaho students that were savagely killed in their off-campus home back in 2022. The sheer number of stab wounds, more than 150 in total. It is horrible to think about. But these findings from newly released filings show where the defense may have wanted to go if there was a trial and Kohberger hadn't pled guilty. According to court filings that were obtained by People magazine, the defense had hired an expert forensic criminologist, Dr. Brent Tarvey. And while the entire outline is under seal, Dr. Tarvey did say, and I quote, "At least 2 suspects were involved in this attack, 2 killers." He says that claim is based on the fact that Ethan Chapin never stood up or left the bed during the attack, despite it appearing that he and Xana Kernodle were attacked at the same time, and we know that Xana had blood on her bare feet. Dr. Tarvey also points to the wounds that Kaylee Gonsalves received, mostly to her head, and the fact that, quote, multiple types of lethal force were used against her, seemingly meaning blunt force and sharp force injuries, again, multiple attackers. And lastly, Dr. Tarvey points to the short time frame that the perp, again, Bryan Kohberger, he's confessed to the crime, took to commit this crime, because Tarvey says, quote, there is direct evidence of a cleanup based on bloody walls that have been diluted by an unknown substance, and also, quote, indirect evidence of a cleanup because of the lack of bloody shoe prints, so it must have taken more time. So what do we make of all this? Were there 2 people? This is where I bring in our own expert, a forensic analyst, expert death investigator, Joseph Scott Morgan, who also happens to be a distinguished scholar of applied forensics at Jacksonville State University, and the host of the Body Bags podcast, my good friend. I'm going to let you take it away, Joseph. Is there anything to this?
Well, yeah. I mean, you've got a defense expert that's doing what defense experts do, and kudos to him. I'm glad that they engaged him because it certainly opened up the floor for conversation. Let's have one of those conversations. We began to think about Xana and Ethan, this idea that Ethan never got up out of the bed. Well, maybe there was not an awareness. Remember, Xana had just been up and she had received a food delivery just minutes before. We saw evidence of that. I don't know if you saw those, but evidence of that. They had actually the containers pictured there on the counter, Jack in the Box, I believe it was. And you know, Ethan never left the bed. So how do we explain that? Well, one of the big questions here that I think a lot of us are dying to know at this point in time is toxicology. I want to know what the status was with whatever any of these victims had on board at that particular time. Had Ethan had any substance like alcohol in his system where he was like in a deep sleep? He didn't have an awareness of this. You've got these just horrific injuries that are to Xana's body. She stabbed on multiple planes of her body, by the way, with a K-bar knife, which is in fact a combat knife that's been used by our brave Marines since World War II. All right. And this thing can be used not just for the purposes of stabbing, slicing, but also pummeling people. You can actually turn this thing around on the butt of it, and it makes one hell of a hammer. This thing weighs almost a pound. The blade is just over 7 inches in length. It's wide, and it is meant to kill people with. You know, we've recently had the Reiner case. I think maybe a kitchen knife was used in that. It certainly doesn't marry up to what you're talking about with a K-bar.
So just to be clear, that would explain why you could have different impacts on Kaylee, right? Blunt force and sharp force injuries.
Yeah, they teach a combat training course. The Marines have for years and years, where you can actually turn this thing on its side, hold it in your hand, pummel people this way. You can drive it down with the butt end of this thing, which you can also use as a hammer, and you can also use the blade, the utility of the blade. So this is not some passive little weapon. This guy came prepared, Jesse.
So in other words, in your opinion, you believe one person could have killed all these 4 individuals with the amount of wounds, with this weapon, the cleanup, the idea of the cleanup, right? So that, you know, he wouldn't have had time to stab them this many times, and if he believes there was a cleanup, and do that too in, what was it, 15 minutes? What do you think about that?
Yeah, what cleanup? I don't know what images they're looking at. I saw the images from the scene, and just the kind of sparse images that I saw evidence of blood there. I didn't see wipes and swipes and all those things that we see commonly, where you're dragging some kind of element over the surface to try to clean it up. There was blood deposition everywhere. As far as this idea of diluted blood, I think that it's certainly an interesting question to raise. But, I'm thinking about this, Jesse, and I'm thinking, well, did the police pick up on this? If you're saying that it's diluted, then that means that some kind of substance was used. Were those blood droplets tested in any way? Did they come up with some kind of compound that would have been used at that particular time?
Let me just say this, you said it very well. He's entitled to a defense. He's entitled to call the experts who will help him. But this is also the same defendant who, 5 minutes before he pled guilty, was pointing the finger at, 3 to 4 innocent people and then decided to turn around and plead guilty. So let's just call that what it is and put an end to it. I'll give you the final word. We got 20 seconds.
Well, I don't know. I look at this, Jesse, and you and I have covered this now for years, and I'm thinking, so you're telling me that a hit team came to Little Moscow, Idaho, a town of less than 30,000 people, and targeted these individuals. And why didn't they kill everybody else?
And it doesn't explain the DNA. It doesn't explain the cell phone evidence. It doesn't explain the surveillance footage, the eyewitness account. Joseph Scott Morgan, I love having you on. If there's anybody I trust you. Thanks so much for taking the time.
Anytime, brother. Take care.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.